In this video, I want to talk about how we use the concept of NPV in MBA to study whether an investment is worth it or not. So let's imagine there is a businessman wants to open a small private hospital. Okay, so what he should do before he start the investment to see if the investment worth it or not. Well, if I want to start using the concept of NPV, so I have to first, what's the costs? What's the money I should pay first? I have costs for building, medical equipment, setup. There's fixed cost. Let's say, for example, our fixed cost is $500,000. Okay. So after that, that means this is the money I'm gonna pay first for setup, buildings, medical devices, all stuff like this. Then I want to study something called the cash flow. Cash flows means the money that I receive and the money that I pay, the circle of money. Okay? If the cash flow was negative, means I'm paying, and if it was positive, meaning I'm earning. And there is negative cash flow, means something that I have to pay for salaries, maintenance, medical supplies, electrical costs, whatever. Okay? At the same time, I have a positive cash flow from patient visits, surgeries, imaging services, and other things that makes me earn money as an organization. So let's say, of course, the cash flow should be positive because you should earn more than you should lose, right? Let's say in year one, the cash flow was, let's say, $250,000. Okay, in year two, $300,000. Year three, $350,000. Okay. Now there is a concept in economy in general that money loses its value over time. It tells you the NPV concept that a dollar today worth more than dollar tomorrow. Think about it like this. If I have now $1 million, what I could possibly do with $1 million today is more than what I could do with this same $1 million after 1 year, because money loses its value over time, and that is due to inflation rate and risks, missed opportunities, and other things, but most likely to be due to inflation rate. Okay, so I should calculate what's the actual value of the money after a year. So this $250,000 after a year, and let's say the inflation rate would be 10%. So I could calculate it. What's the actual value of this money after a year? So it would be $250,000. This is 2 millions, okay? Just cancel 1 0 here. So divided 1.1 because it's 10%, okay, to the first year. That equals 227.273. You see, this is less than the actual number because money loses value over time. If I do the same thing for year 2 and year 3, I will end up with the same thing. I'm going to divide this by 1.1. I'm going to divide this by 1.1, considering that, assuming that the inflation rate is 10%. So the money, the actual value of the money, I'm going to add all those numbers together. We do a math here. I don't want to. Okay, first year, second year, after you divide by 1.1, you'll end up with this number plus 263 plus. All right. Now, when you add those numbers together, you'll end up with this number, which is very important. This is the actual value of the money after investment. So you want to compare this money to the first initial investment you paid for, which was $500,000. So this is minus, you subtract this from $500,000, and you will end up with 188.581. So it's a positive, which this is the NPV we talked about. A positive NPV means the investment worth it. So the actual money that I'm making after 3 years from this investment, this is the number. $188,000. $188,000. Whatever. Maybe I'm okay. What doesn't matter. So the NPV was positive. Okay. Always this is confusing. You don't know it's a dot or a point. So this is how we calculate to study whether the investment worth it or not. Because remember, money loses its value over time. What you could do with $1 million today is more than what you could do with $1 million after a year. All right, goodbye.